Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Javier In The Air. So here it is, the weekend before my big adventure, in homage to a certain someone, my big adventure to Philadelphia. I will be in my nephew's wedding, and so I will get to put on the suit, as I like to call it. You'll see what I mean when I bring back photos and video from there. Also getting a lot of other projects done around the house, which I'll talk about probably next week or the following week. But also want to thank everybody on Nextdoor who's been giving me some great feedback and great comments and this and that. In fact, one individual asked me if I was doing any kind of social media, like putting it on TikTok or Instagram, and as far as the trash goes. And I've been thinking about that. I'm not sure how that's going to go or what I need to do to set that up, but you may see that in the next couple of weeks. So also for people who have asked before and haven't seen previous episodes, I use an editing software called Wondershare Filmora, and so with that I actually get royalty-free music that comes with my licensing. And so this particular one that I did today is called Planetary Pioneer, and it will be the music throughout everything except for probably the Zen Moment. So Planetary Pioneer. So let's go straight into, now that I've welcomed you, and welcome to everybody, especially if you're new. Now that I bid you welcome, let's go into our Trash in the Hood. Dark Frog Social Media presents Trash in the Hood, Week 54. Okay, everybody, welcome to week number 54. So this is day 3 of week 54, which just means it's Wednesday. And as you see there, I was doing a lunch walk and I found a bunch of papers from something called the Seniorific Times, I believe is what it was called, senior newsletter, and it looked like someone just had thrown them out, like they didn't deliver them, they just threw them out. And then almost a record of 44 cigarette butts for the day. So day 4, I also went out during lunch. This was a Thursday, and I found bits of rubber hose, like up your nose with the rubber hose, cigarette box, about 42, I think, cigarette butts, water bottles, whatnot, tar paper from the roofing, and there's a lot of roofing going on in my neighborhood. Some vape pens and some to-go containers and plastic and whatnot. And then this was on Friday. I got out lunchtime also, but I didn't take the photo till late, which is why you see the weirdness of the color of the lighting. Again, I think this one was 27, 28 cigarette butts, a couple of vape pens, to-go containers and beverage cups, and a bunch of plastic and some scratch-off tickets that nobody won because I checked, and that was about it. So the see if I can grab it right. I did. You noticed the trash there. I got about 3 days in this week, which was good. I was going to try to make it yesterday, but I was having cramps in my toes. And if you ever had that before, you know that's not fun. So let me take these off because they're giving some glare. So got a lot of trash in this, which was amazing to me, is that, and I've been asked this before, a lot of the routes that I'm hitting, aka going on, are the same ones that I go on from week to week. I mean, so I try to hit a different route as possible. But when I'm working from home and I'm going at lunch, I only have certain routes that I know I can squeeze in about 30 to 40 minutes, because I have to get back, I have to cool down, wash up a bit, and then get back on my computer for work. And I don't want to be schwitzing and sweating up the old, everything sitting in my office chair. So I try to cool down and dry off before I sit down again for work. So that gives me a limited amount of time and gives me a limited amount of distance. And since I'm starting from my home on Hickory it really makes limits as to what I can get done in 30 to 40 minutes. So those 3 days there were actually done during the day at lunch. Now, to give you, and by the way, yes, in case my mother asks, I am staying very well hydrated. I have a Camelback where I carry 3 gallons of water, and I probably get in close to a gallon of water on my walk in those 40 minutes. Because I want to make sure I stay hydrated at all times. So the thing about that is that because of the limited distance and limited time, you would think that I'm going over some of the same routes, which I am, and you would think that there'd be less trash because I had just visited maybe the week before. Well, the answer to that is no. I'm seeing quite a bit out there, and especially at lunchtime, which I was surprised at and a little saddened because I thought I was doing well and picking it up enough so that I didn't have a lot. But 3 days in a row, I had almost a full trash bag, which is unfortunate, but it happens. And so got out there, and by the way, this is why you stay hydrated, not just for me. Wednesday was 97 with the real feel of 112 when I was out there. Thursday was 100 with the real feel of 107, and Thursday was 101 with the real feel of 109. So I have my hat on. I have light colored clothing. I also have my Camelback, which has saved me more than once. This week was, I think I'm getting used to the heat, which is not a good thing, but what happens. And I drank a lot of water, stayed cool. As soon as I got home, I washed up in cold water, put cold water on my face and on the back of my neck, which is very important for when you're out there, and I did pretty good. Now, with the trash, unfortunately, you saw a ton of cigarettes. So there's a lot of people out there that are still smoking, which I was surprised at, and they're still tossing them out the window. So, just for your own information, because the more you know, cigarettes are not biodegradable. The filter paper is, and the tobacco and the tobacco and chemicals will break down as well. Unfortunately, that will leach into the soil. However, it is degradable. The actual filter, not the filter paper, the filter itself is not biodegradable. Let me say that again. The filter is not biodegradable. So there is a ton of cigarette butts out there that are never going to go away. And so it's for people like myself and others who find them and pick them up and throw them away, at least that they're thrown away in one location. Now, we can argue about landfills and junk and all that till the cows come home, which we're not going to do here today, but at least getting them into one location is better than being spread out amongst the neighborhood. Plus, it certainly makes the neighborhood look better. So I will continue in my crusade, so to speak, which is not really a crusade because I'm not trying to get other people to do it. If you want to do it, good for you. If not, I can't stop you or get you to start. So it doesn't, that's not my thing. However, if you are interested, you can always message me. So that's it for the trash. I know I went a little long, got on my soapbox for a moment. However, so it's time to then look at let's do our Healthy After 50. Here we go. Dark Frog Social Media presents Healthy After 50. Hey everybody, let's get our water in if we haven't gotten enough today. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today is balance. Now, as we get older and we exercise less and our activity is lower, we have a tendency to lose our balance. The problem with that is that by losing our balance, we lose all that I just talked about and more. When you aren't able to steady yourself, then you're going to fall. And if you fall and you're on your own and you live alone like I do, no one may find you for a while. And you may not be able to get up because, again, your balance and agility has been compromised by just getting older. So we always need to make sure that we keep a certain amount of agility and a certain amount of balance Now, there's a lot of people I know that are over 50 that are killing it. They're crushing it as far as agility and maneuverability and mobility and all that is concerned. And they are great. Keep it up. You're going to need it in the next 20 to 30 years. You're doing fantastic. This is for the rest of us who may not exercise with weight enough. I know I try to do once a week. I need to pick that up, especially when I get back from Philadelphia. But you need to work on your balance at all times. So here's a couple of things you can do. For those of you very beginning who have not done a lot of exercise in their lives and not done a lot of mobility in their lives, what I want you to do is put yourself between a table and another counter, or your counter at in the kitchen, both hands firmly on the countertop. And I want you to plant your legs firmly on the ground, shoulder length apart. You may need to adjust after you do it, but then I want you to raise one leg. Just raise it. Either put it behind you or raise it up so that your knee goes towards your chest as high as you can. Try to keep that for a 10-second count. Now, since this is very beginning, you may have problems keeping yourself steady, even with your palms on the countertop. So you may need to put more pressure on your palms so that you will stay upright. After a 10 count, shake it out, put your palms on the counter again, feet shoulder width apart, and raise your other leg for a count of 10. Now, I'd like you to do this a couple of times a day, a couple of days a week, and here's the hard part, the rest of your life. So what you're going to do is, as you find that easier and easier, you can do two things. You can go longer and go 15 seconds per leg, or you can raise your palms off of the countertop. So you're just standing there right in front of the counter though, because that way you can put your hands down if there's an issue. And remember this, because a lot of people forget it. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can put your foot down. That sounds stupid and sounds like I'm talking to make you to feel stupid, and I'm not. If you are not used to mobility and agility, something can happen in your mind where you forget that you can put that foot down because you have a lot of other things that are going on. So do that. Just put your foot down. You don't have to raise it very high either. So the higher would be more advanced. But if you want to just barely put your foot off the ground, and that way when you go, put your foot down. You're good. Put your hands on the countertop. You're good. As you progress, here's some of the ways you can move up. No hands at all. 30 seconds at a time. No countertop in front of you. You're going naked. And I don't mean clothing. I mean just hands at your side. You can then also raise your leg higher. Almost put it to your chest, which is also helping with your agility. Put it as high as you can. It doesn't have to be your chest. As high as it's good for you is what's good for you. And then you can start just holding it as long as you can. Now, what you're going to feel, now also, you can do this barefooted with shoes. Now, what you're going to feel is your foot doing this. And you don't realize all these self-corrections that your body does throughout the day. When you start focusing on your balance, you're gonna see and feel what your body actually does. And so now for the very advanced, so though some people may not feel this way, you can have weights in your hands and lift one leg up or kick it back and hold it for as long as you can. Your balance. Now, if you're gonna do weights like dumbbells or kettlebells, and you might think you might drop them, do it out in the grass. Do it out by just do it by the grass, in the sand, wherever, so that if you drop them, it's not going to crack the sidewalk or your driveway, and it's not going to crack the kettlebell or your dumbbells. And finally, do the same thing with your eyes closed. when you close your eyes, it takes you to a whole nother place. There's another name for it, which I forget at the time, but that will help you. And as you continue to do this, you're going to thank me for it, because you're going to start feeling better. You're going to start feeling steadier on your feet, and you're not going to have as many issues. So let's try that for this week. Let me know what you think, but also continue it for as long as you can. Thanks a lot, everyone. So there you have it, everybody, our Healthy After 50 balance. So it's really important to me, it's really important to you, that we maintain our balance throughout our entire lives, so that we don't become a burden to anybody and everyone. And if you live alone like I do, and you may continue to live alone like I probably will, then you have to worry about your balance. Because if I have a good fall here, like I've said many a times, if I have a good fall here from my stairwell, from just slipping, coming out of bed, slipping in the shower, it may be a while before someone finds me. So you want to maintain your balance. And if you have problems with your feet like I do, balance really comes in handy, because you want to make sure that you don't have these slips and falls. And if you do, you can mitigate the outcome of it. So let's stick with it. Now, coming up now with a Zen moment. I haven't had a lot of poems come in lately, so this one probably will just be without as well. I think I will try to do something special for next week, which you'll see next week. But the Zen moment, I've gotten some feedback on it, and thank you for the feedback, whether it's positive or negative, as long as it's helpful, even the negative, I appreciate it. If it's just nasty stuff, I just delete it right away. I don't even read it. So the Zen moment came out of seeing some videos. I'm sorry, not seeing videos. Seeing nature, nature's video of things that were around my neighborhood, things that I saw when I was out on road trips, or even with brewery escapades and stuff like that. Saw some stuff that I thought would be neat to share with the audience here, with you guys. So I did. And then on top of that, I also thought it would be great to have some music with it. Very calming, very meditative type music, to just give everybody a quick minute or two to calm themselves, prepare themselves for the next day. And then on top of that, I get poems from Jay Anderson, and they go in there as well. Some of them are very good. Some of them are very short, but they're all a number one in my book. So we will have that continually. So this one, I think, is just going to be some more stock media, but the music that I find is also the royalty free on my editing software, and these guys are really good. So I know they're no names to you and no name to me as well, but some of the music is really cool. And so if you want to ever find out who they were specifically, I can probably find that out for you, and you just have to message me. So let's go into our Zen moment. Sunset, end of days, where now you can throw your troubles away. Sit still and think about what you have done, and then throw out your hands, for you are done. Okay, there you have it. Turns out we got one in, and a poem as well in there. So it's a little free form. If anybody would like to submit their poems for use in our Zen moment, by all means shoot me a message, and I will read it and then see how I can get it into our Zen moment. Please try to keep it to under 2 minutes, as the Zen Moment doesn't go longer than that. Usually it's about a minute to a minute and a half, but if it's a really good poem, then I might just go the whole 2 minutes. So there you go. Also, I take again a moment of this time to thank everybody for watching the show, especially those who are new. I hope that this is something you may enjoy, and if you do, please watch it again. And like and subscribe to my channel, Javier In The Air, not on the air, in the air. And the more I grow, the more I can get more people on here, which would be great. Okay, so now we're getting it close to, I'm trying to stay within 30 minutes lately, and I think I pulled it off. So now we're going to go to our spirit times and see what new stuff we have today. Hey everybody, welcome to Spirit Times. So today I have a special beer for us, thanks to Brother Rob, and so we're going to try it out. Now it comes with the cork, and this is called Stop the Car by Ancorage Brewing Company, which is out of Alaska, Anchorage. And it has a cork, and so I wanted to try, like I've seen before on either TikTok or Instagram, I can't remember which one, whichever one Facebook uses, where when they have anything, these two Irishmen, whenever they have anything with the cork and they pull it out and it makes that poppy noise, they make a sound. So if I can make the noise, I'm going to make the sound. And so let's see what we got. Ooh. That's what they do. Unfortunately, it's just me. If there was two people here, that'd be more, would make more exciting. So there's the noise for you. This is a saison, and I'm gonna have to put my glasses on real quick because it has something really interesting. It says fermented in Missouri oak foeders, Foeders, with Brettanomyces, which is, I believe, a type of yeast. Naturally carbonated. I'll look up Brettanomyces at the end, for the end there. And this is Stop the Car. It's kind of hard to see the artwork. It's very beautiful artwork. And there's the name, Stop the Car. It's a saison, like I said, so it's 6.5 ABV. So now we're going to try it out and see what we get. So here's. So you want to give it a little foam, or a little head as they call it, because you want that little oxidation that happens when you pour a beer. You don't want it to be flat, when a flat pour, which has absolutely no head, because it's going to taste a little bit different, probably not as good. So Stop the Car, a saison. Now it's been a long time since, one, I personally drank a saison, and two, since I've had a saison on the show. Those kind of coincide. So here's the look to it. A nice little bit murky golden color. We'll see what we get. Oh, this is a beautiful beer. And I don't say that very often. I find this very beautiful in taste and aroma. Very light. 6.5 is not very high, especially for this group, meaning myself, Brother Rob, and the other people that come to my tastings. But it's very nice. You definitely get the taste that it's a saison. It's not gonna taste like anything else. You're gonna be like, that's a saison, especially if you've had saison before. So locally, a lot of saisons you may find out at Just a Brewery. For those of you who may know it in the area, they have a lot of saisons. They also have other beers that are heading more towards the sour. This is not, I would not call this sour at all. Maybe some people would, but I would not. It's nice, smooth. You can taste only a very little bit of the hops. Whatever the foeders is, I guess maybe that's helping. But it's a very smooth, very light, very well-built beer. I'm going to go ahead and give this 8 thumbs up. That's right, 8 thumbs up. So now, Ancorage Brewing Company, if you think that it should have been a 9 or a 10, by all means, feel free to send me some samples, give me a call. I'll put you on my show, and we can discuss whether Stop the Car is higher than an 8 or not. For those of you who have never tried it before, you can try to get it. See if you can get it locally. Sometimes a beer such as out of Anchorage, out of Alaska, stuff like that may be difficult because they may not be delivering it here locally to your Texas area. So if that's the case, you could always try places like the Boutique. Or you can see if you want to try Saisons on your own. Like I said, just a brewery. Fifth Element might have some now. Definitely worth going out to those guys and asking. And if they don't have it, then just have what's there. That's what's so good about going to breweries. So there you have it. Stop the Car by Ancorage Brewing Company. 8 thumbs up. I'd like to hear if you've had it before, I'd like to hear what your review of it is. And I will talk to you all again next week. And that is it, everybody. So the end time has occurred. It is an end of another one of a great show. This is episode 30, I believe, if that's correct. See if I can drag it. It's episode 29. Next week will be episode 30, which will have some special stuff in there. If you have a mom and pop organization that you'd like to get on the show, just message me. Doesn't matter whether it's local or not. I can get on the Zoom call and we can talk about your business without a problem. Remember, any media is good. Any media is good media for companies. If you'd like to co-host the show, let me know. We can put you on for an episode or two. See how it pans out, and even more if you feel up to it. Also, if you have anything you would like to talk about, have a passion about a craft or an art that you do or something like that along those lines, then I'd love to get you on the show. So feel free to just reach out to me either on my YouTube channel or via Facebook or via Instagram or via text or phone or anything that you know how to get a hold of me. Semaphore, I might see it. So let's do that, and I will talk to everybody again. I hope you have a good week. If you're off like I am, hope you have a really good week, and I will see and talk to everybody next week. Have a good one, guys.